Welcome to Easy Elim Learning Simplified. My name is Ruth, and today we are going to be learning on Form 2 Mathematics. Our topic for today is statistics, and we are going to see how to represent data on line graphs. So we'll see how line graphs are usually drawn and look at a few examples. So data can be represented using line graphs. So in the same way we are representing data using bar graphs, in the bar graphs we were using bars. You can go back and check that video. But in this case, you're going to be using points, data points, and then you're going to join these points using straight lines, using a ruler, not a curve, like in the case where it's represented in some situations. So let's see an example. You can see in this case, you have been given like the number of runners and the distance they covered. So the distance is placed in the x-axis and then the number of runners are placed on the y-axis. So when you look at a sample like question, you've been given the table below shows the daily temperatures recorded in 6 days. So we have day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we have the temperatures from 43 degrees Celsius to 67. So we are going to represent this data on a line graph. So the first thing, we need to choose our scales for the x-axis and the y-axis. So we are going to place our x-axis as the day. So you place day on the x-axis and you start with day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, and so on. And then on the y-axis, we are going to use the degrees. So we will represent 5 degrees, represents 1 centimeter. So you start with 0, 40 degrees. So this is going to be temperature. So let's label that. And it's temperature in degrees Celsius. So we have 40, we have 45, we have 50, we have 55, we have 60, we have 65, we have 70, we have 75. So this is the y-axis. So in day 1, that is day 1, it was at 43 degrees Celsius. So this is 40, 41, 42, 43. It's here. And then day 2, 53 degrees Celsius. So 50, 51, 52, 53. And then day 3 at 50 degrees Celsius, 50. And then day 4, 57. So 57. So this is 55, 56, 57. Day 5 at 59. So 59 is going to be just next to 60. And day 6 at 67. So 65, 66, 67. So we are going to use lines, straight lines, to show that, not curves. So use a ruler to join the points. It should look like this. This is just a sketch of it. So you'll notice that the highest temperature was on day 6, and you can see there is an increase from day 1 to day 2, then goes down, then goes up again, such that if you look at your line graph, you can be able to interpret it very quickly. Let's look at another example. So we have the table that shows Terry's weight in kilograms for 5 months. So we will have 5 months, or the months, on the x-axis. So let's show that. And then we will have weight in kilogram on the y-axis. So we need to choose the correct scale. So we will take 1. You can start with January, February, March, April, May. So we can take 2 centimeters to represent 1 month. So this is going to be Jan. This is Feb, and then March, and then April, then the last is going to be June. And then we need the weight in kilograms, and the highest weight we have is 73. So we have approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 73, you need at least, we can start with 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, at least 1 centimeter representing 5 kilograms. But you start at 40, so 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. So this is the y-axis, and then this one is the x-axis. So you notice how we choose the scale for the x-axis and the y-axis. Ensure that your line graph is not less than half, like less, very small of just big. It needs to be more than a half, but not so big as well. So it should cover at least most of the parts of your graph paper. So January, she had 49 kgs. So this is going to be 45. 49 is going just to be next to 50. And then February, she had 54 kgs. So next to 55. And then March, she had 61. So just above. And then April had 69, so just below 70. And then June she had 73, so just 71 to 3. So if you were to join those points to form a line, so our line graph will look like that. It wants to tend to form a straight line, but ensure that it doesn't have to really be a straight line. Just use a ruler to connect the points. Finally, the last question. So we have days and specific data points. So we are going to put the days on the x-axis. So we have day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5. So, and then we are going to place the other data points on the y-axis. So this is going to, we'll start with, we can start with every 2 centimeter represents 5, 5, 10, 15, yes. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, so that at least our line graph can cover most of the parts in the graph. So day 1 is 3, so it means every 2 represents 1, 2, 1, 2. So 3 is going to be here. Day 2, 5. Day 3, 10. Day 4, 13. So 10, 11, 12, 13 is going to be here. And then day 5, 15. So when we join our line, our points, that is what we get as our line graph. So you see, it's not that complicated, just choosing the correct scale and ensuring like your line covers most of the spaces in the graph will help you to be able to do that. So check out for more revision questions on how to draw line graphs and also note on the same in the app. See you in the next lesson.